Hello everyone. This is episode 12 of The House in Fata Morgana. Or should I say, The House of the Maid? Because we now know that the maid is Morgana, but is she actually? So what I wanted to share with you guys, I have thought about the revelations from the last episode a little bit more. And isn't it strange that Giselle, if we are Giselle, has more power than the maid does, or Morgana does? Does that make sense to y'all? Because it doesn't to me. Isn't Morgana this all-powerful witch? Isn't Morgana born at this mansion? So, if she is, then why does Giselle see more than Morgana? Why can Giselle talk to a man in a painting? Why can Giselle see memories of other people outside the mansion? Are we truly Giselle? Can we trust the maid? Is the maid truly Morgana? I don't believe she is. She definitely, there is... The story between Giselle and Mikkel definitely was fake, right? That's not the entire story. The story is fabricated. I can't trust this maid, which is why I will reject her proposition. I hope that is the right choice to make. Is there even the right choice? Guys, will there ever be a happy ending? Like, actually ever in this game? Is that a possibility, guys? guys, ayo? Oh my god. Bruh, I don't know. But we'll see. Anyway, guys, let us continue with rejecting our proposition. Am I recording? I'm so nervous. Okay, I am recording. We're good. I have my notes with me. Where's my pen? Ah, there's my pen. Okay, I have everything with me. Let us reject our proposition. I have checked the logs before, right? Okay, I did. Reject the proposition. No. You could not accept the maid's offer. If what she said was true, you could not give up on your search. You had spent years and years waiting to reunite with someone. Your previous attempts may have been rife with mistakes, but you could not stop trying. Come, master. Spend eternity with me in the mansion. We will have the most wonderful time together. The sweet tone of her voice, her cold fingers, her icy smile. These were all terrifying now. You had to escape. You had to break out of this darkness, make it outside. Master? What is the... You brushed the maid's hand aside. As her eyes widened, aghast, you fled from the observation tower. Even though the maid might have lied to us, the maid showed us that she felt compassion for every single master of this house. The maid showed us that she did feel emotions that are similar to my own. That of dread, that of regret, of her own inability to do anything. So, the maid is somewhat relatable, but I can't trust her, man. Down and down the spiral staircase you went, though not a whisper of a footstep could be heard in the stone tower. The stairs seemed to go on forever. Down and down and down and down. Oh my god. At long last you arrived at the bottom, dashing from the next room without a passing glance at the angel in the stained glass window. Oh my god. Oh my god, are we leaving? Oh my god. The maid had shown you around the mansion, so you knew its layout. Or perhaps you were familiar with it even before arriving here. A large door came into view. The exit was up ahead. Master. But the next moment her voice seized you from behind. You turned back and there stood the maid wearing the same smile. Where do you think you are going, master? I told you mustn't let go of my hands. This mansion is quite large. You could get lost if you go walking around unaccompanied. Now come, let us head back. And please do not let go of my hand. It was the same smile she always wore. The exact same. But right now, it seemed inexplicably ghoulish. No! Don't make this a horror game! The chill that ran down your spine was not from the lack of heat, but utter terror. Come, let us head somewhere else. You had to get out of here. Oh, I know. We can put some more kindling in the fireplace and start a fire. The sweet firelight and gentle warmth will have you feeling wonderful in no time. You had to get out of here. You must be quite disoriented. The impact of regaining your memories has you terrified. Am I correct? You had to get away, you had to escape, you had to get out of here. Do not worry. I will always take care of you. Keep you safe from anything that scares you. I will be here with you forever. You clawed at the door. It was not barred, so it should open. Nevertheless, it remained firmly in place. Now, you mustn't play around with that. Danger lurks around every corner outside. Fog blocking your sight, sinkholes in the road, a thick forest all around, beasts creeping about in the night. How could I possibly allow weak little you to go out into that? She's babying us. There is nothing out there. This is a prison, dude. Now come back to my side, please. You have no need to be here. You have... The mage drew toward you. Don't come near me, woman. You have no need to be here. Don't come closer! I have pepper spray! She reached out her hand. Her whole body seemed to be trying to encase you in ice. She wanted to keep you chained here in the darkness. Do not worry, there's nothing to be afraid of. You had to get out of this place. You had to break free from this house of darkness, from this doting maid, and from the maelstrom of tragedy. You had to remain firm, unyielding in that desire. Your desire to go outside. Your wish to be set free. You could not compromise or relent. Your thirst for escape had to be stronger than the maid's intent to keep you here. If it was... the door would surely open. Master? You dashed out into the light. There was nothing blocking your escape outside. No fog, no forest, no sinkholes, and no beast inside. Whoa. The light was so bright it almost hurt your eyes. It was a world exactly opposite the darkness within the house. Master, please wait, you mustn't go out there. Come back, quickly. You could hear the maid's voice, but you kept running through the light as far as you could go. Wherever you arrived, you were sure that that was where you were meant to be. Once, though, just once, you looked back over your shoulder. It was blurry in the bright light, but you could see the mansion there. It wavered like a mirage, as though it could disappear at any second. The maid standing in the open door. She was desperately reaching her hand out for you, but you were far out of reach. It seemed she could not leave the house. Perhaps you felt a pang of pity for her, but you were not sure. And when you could no longer hear the maid shouting for you, your consciousness snapped off. You fell not into darkness, but light. Is that a good thing? Or is that a bad thing? Did I do something bad by walking away from this maid? Oh my god. Hello? Whoa! We are in the future! There are cars! Hello? What? Dude, where the fuck are we? The white-haired... Huh? What was I doing again? Oh, that's right. I was on my way to school. Now what was I dozing off in the middle of the road? I'm not sure. I feel kind of in a daze. Like I just woke up from a terrible nightmare. In the middle of the day? In the middle of the road? Nothing like that's ever happened before. Has it? Something doesn't add up. I can't remember what I was doing. It's like there's a big gap in my memory. What was I doing? Who was I looking for? Need to stay focused. I have to get going or I'll be late. I know this place all too well. It's the same route I take to school every day. There's a vendor along the way that always waves good morning to me. Always the same route? I know this place. Yes, I know this place. I see it every day. Every day. Nothing changes. It's always the same. My perfectly normal, ordinary, everyday life. Was the maid warning us? Did the maid not want us to look for that person anymore? And now we are still stuck in this vicious cycle. The maid has yet again to wait in order for us to reach this place again. The mansion in our mind, I think. The maid has to wait yet again for us. We will one day reach that mansion again. Oh my god, we are still in this vicious cycle of always reconstructing ourselves. Oh my god. Huh? Ah. A gentle breeze brushed against my cheeks. My hair flutters as my gaze slides upward. I'm looking at a tall, handsome man with long hair and a somewhat despondent demeanor. I think I know this man. As soon as I see him, I feel like someone's stuck their hand in my chest and is squeezing my heart. It's hard to breathe, and the overwhelming sense of familiarity. Oh my god, it's him. It's Mikkel. It must be him. Has me on the verge of tears. Elation jolts through all of my extremities. Ah, I know. This is the person I've been searching for. Excuse me. Oh, it's him. Excuse me. I have to get him to turn back. I have to look him in the eyes. I have to talk to him. We have to be reunited. I don't know his name, and he probably doesn't know mine, but still. This is fate, so... Back to the mansion. What? I must go back to the mansion. Hold on, there's something I need to tell you. How could I have made that mistake? It was the worst possible decision. I have to make things right. I have to take her hand. I have to make her smile for me. I can't do that. If I can't do that, what am I even alive for? What did I even return from the everlasting darkness for? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. What are you talking about? This time I'll do it. Can you hear me? Why won't you look me in the eyes? And if it's not possible in this life... Stop, please listen to me. Why does he keep moving forward? Then I'll just have to place my hope in the next one. Does he not see us? Is he actually jumping in front of a car right now? Wait, red light! I beg your forgiveness. I made the worst possible decision. Though I will not make the same mistake twice. No matter what form you may assume, I will not err again. I promise I shall come back for you. Giselle? He's getting driven over the car! Someone call an ambulance? Someone's been hit by a car. Oh my god, what? Oh my god. Ending 2 coming for you. Oh my god, they are never meeting again, are they? They are never meeting. One of them always dies before they can actually meet each other, right? Is that their fate now? Ending 2. Oh my fucking god. Oh my fucking god, game. Why you like this to me? Okay, dude. Okay, dude. Okay. Did that feel like a satisfying ending, guys? Did it? Did it? Enter the mansion. Extras. Chapter ending list. There are 3 question marks. Hello? We must have unlocked ending 2, right? Ending 2 coming for you. Okay. Let us return. And I wonder what will happen if we say there's more for us to do. What happens if we accept the maid's offer? I need to see. Let me return. And let me try to accept her offer this time. There we go. The witch. Load. Yes, please. Hello, I'm back. Accept the proposition. Yes? She was absolutely right. You had seen an excess of tragedy. You had borne witness to far too much pain. And your spirit was deeply wounded by it. You could not possibly endure any further tragedy. And so, if she was offering you relief from all that, perhaps you should accept it. She had guided you this far, never letting go of your hands. And it was her presence that had allowed you to bear the bleak, disheartening and wretched tales you saw. Did you really need anything other than her? If she said she wanted to be with you, then surely you were allowed to want the same. Grasp my hand, master. Come, hold it tight. You gently wrapped your fingers around the maid's cold hand. Never again to let go. Never again to remember. Never again to look back upon the past you might have had. The rare, treasured days of happiness, or the bitter days filled with nothing but pain, or the person you were supposed to find. But you were fine with that. There was no one to criticize you for averting your eyes from your pain and seizing the opportunity for happiness lying before you. You made the correct choice. Oh my god. Did I though? The man in the painting said the same thing. If you avert your eyes from this tragedy from your life and never find yourself again, he won't blame you for that. And that is the path we took. Okay, this is the same as in the beginning of this game. Master! Oh, thank goodness you have awoken. I was getting worried there for a moment. What kind of herbal tea would you like to start your day with? I have some wonderful chamomile tea if you'd like. Or perhaps your tastes have changed since we last met. Tell me, master. I beg your pardon. I allowed myself to get too excited. But we get to be together forever after all. Free of the flow of time, nothing to endanger us or our lives. Just peace and serenity for the two of us. I will serve you forever and ever. Does that not sound wonderful, master? Oh, does it? It sure sounds lovely. You know what? Never pain. Never again pain. Acceptable. Very acceptable. Ending 1. Prisoner of illusion. Holy shit. Well, sitting there forever, being catered to by Morgana, sure is lovely. Oh my god. Okay, let us try the other option. Holy shit. Oh my god. Well, let us try this. And choose neither of those two options, actually. There's still more to be done. Something seemed off. Not only with the story she had just told you. Right. With her. And with you yourself. Assuming everything she had said was the truth. Well. Which or not, my mind is made up. Which will strike you first, I wonder, regret or the curse? You seem to be doing just fine. It's only a tale. The witch is real, very much so. It's not a legend nor a fairy tale. The witch is me. Right, you did say that before! I remember now! Why did I not clock that previously? Do you guys remember when we went into the mirror and we saw a snippet of their interaction together? He said he was the witch. He did say that. He did say that. Oh my god. Oh my god, how could I have forgotten that? Am I stupid? Am I stupid, guys? Why am I even writing things down if I forget shit like that? Like, hello? I'm so upset about myself right now. Oh my god. He did say that. That's right. It wasn't the white-haired girl who had claimed to be the witch. And that wasn't all. Yeah. Yeah? Or do you mean to reclaim your old self no matter the cost? If you do, if you're sincerely prepared to do that, then be wary of the tale that comes next. Any tragedy that seems too beautiful to be real is precisely that, a fabrication. Oh my god! It's all coming together. It is a fabrication, it's not real. Yeah. None of your questions have been answered. You still didn't know who the painting was. Yeah. Or what had taken place so long ago that caused the mansion to summon people to it. You didn't even know who you were, for that matter. There was still more to be done. You had to find the truth. Is there something in the backlog? The witch is me. Okay, Morgana doesn't feel like texting us in the backlog, okay. You needed to find someone, that much was certain. But was the story the maid had told correct about whom? And if it was... Oh my god. Oh my god. Hello? What about her? What about the woman whose name you couldn't say? The woman who had so cheerfully called you master? Yeah, who are you? Who are you? We agreed that we would live together, not just in the same house, so we've got plenty of time to add more to the list. Is the maid the person that was with, Mikhail? Was that the maid and not the white-haired girl? Oh my god. And I hope you can make your own list about me too. This is just the beginning after all. We've got a long, long time ahead of us. Plenty enough to get to know each other now. Was that the maid? Was that the maid and not us? You must say her name. You must take her hand. You must make her smile once again. Oh my god. You mustn't reclaim your old self. What? What is happening? It's dark. Dark. It's dark. It's dark again. It's dark, 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 dark. Constantly engulfed in darkness. This is what we have read in the backlog. This red text we have already read in the backlog. You must make her smile once again. Oh my god, the ripping sound, stop! You threw it away every single time. I must break off this darkness. I'll give you a world that's not cruel to you. I must escape and take her hand. Because that's the reason. I've got a wonderful idea. You can curse them with me. What? I must return, I must reclaim. We can think of a new way. What? Of a new way to torture them. We'll all be happier if you stay here. Just think about it. Stay here in this world. You'll be right at home. No. I did the best I could for you, nothing more. This is not where I belong. No matter how much of a world of darkness may suit me, you'll never be able to do it. I must reclaim my true self. What is happening? Reclaim yourself. Hello? What is happening right now? Ah, this is brilliant. Do you have any idea how terrible a decision that is? Do you have any idea why I fabricated that story? It was all for you. To stay here. So stay here. Stay right where you are. The darkness suits you better. Reclaim yourself. Is the maid stopping us from reclaiming ourselves? Remember what someone told you not long ago. That you could handle the stories because you weren't your own. They weren't your own. That you were able to bear the tragedies because they happened to others. If that had been your suffering, if the secrets you had kept buried away for so long had come out, you couldn't possibly have endured it. Reclaim yourself. Oh my god. But you're a sharp one. I'm sure you intend to keep those secrets tucked away forever. Do you really think I'm going to let you do that though? Whatever you try to hide, I'll make sure you beloved. Here's every last detail. What? Oh my god. Oh my god. Reclaim yourself. Ah, how foolish can you be? Despite all my encouragement, you still insist on getting your old self back. What do you have to gain from that? Nothing but filthy, ugly tragedy awaits you down this path. We are still pushing forward. Don't get your hopes up, my dear. There's nothing for you there. You have nothing. I'm offering you a place by my side. You should just take it. There's no salvation for you anywhere. None. At all, anywhere, from anyone ever. Reclaim yourself. Oh my god. The ripping sounds! Can you stop? She has long since lost all grip on reality. And you think there's anything you can do for her now? Despite having repeatedly failed to even regain yourself. Reclaim yourself. Ha. Well, I suppose if you're going to be stubborn, as much as I don't want to, I have to place... Hello? A curse on your soul. What? Because I wanted to reclaim myself? That's right. The white-haired girl was never at the mansion. What? The white-haired girl was never there. What do you mean? It was the maid! It was the maid! The white-haired girl was never there. There's still a story left untold. What? The fourth door was all a lie. What do you mean? It was not some sweet little tragedy. The story you told was pure fantasy. That was the truth. That was where it all began. Because of what happened then, you spent innumerable years lost, until you showed up here and... Was it the maid that was lost? What? You reach out, grasping for it. You pull yourself in. Your silhouette, which had been hazy until now, begins to take form. Your mind, your consciousness, your heart, your soul, and your body. Who are you? The veil in your mind dissipates. A crack forms in the shell encasing you, then another. The invisible shackles claiming your spirit fall to the floor. Readily, reality fades. Atop the indistinct foggy world around you. Bony fingers appear before your eyes. Long hair. Your voice, no. My voice. My body. My fingers. My arms are frail and my joints weak. But despite my resemblance to the white-haired girl, I am not her. This is who I am. I have finally reclaimed myself. You weren't waiting for the white-haired girl. You're waiting for me. And that's exactly why I came here. What? I have no idea what you're talking about. I have always waited for the white-haired. There was never a white-haired girl. What do you mean? There was never a white-haired girl. There was only this time. This time I must say her name. She is Giselle. There was only you. I am Giselle? No, I am not Giselle. I am a servant of the house, and I am the witch, the cause. You are not the witch. The witch is someone else. Oh my god. Why do you insist that you're the witch? What changed you so much? Oh my god. Oh my god. It was her. It was her all this time. She is Giselle. Then who's the white-haired girl? She was never real then? The shadowy figure in the master bedroom, that was her. A glimpse into her past. I'm sure this is Giselle, but why is she so different? What happened to the spark she used to have? Where did the light she once shone upon the world go? I have to remember. I must remember. This cannot end until I have. This is no longer a story. No, what I need to face is my past. And her heart. She was not even present in the story she made up. Everything about it had been changed. The past I lived and the wounds she bore were more grounded in harsh reality, not wrapped in a film of fairy tale magic. There was the final tale and it was all true. That's how it happened. It was a bittersweet story. No, how can you not see this? Yes, it was a beautiful tragedy, but was there even a scrap of humanity in it? Behind the three preceding doors, there had been a constant thread of ugliness and conflicting motivations. But there was hardly a trace of that behind the fourth door. The character felt like nothing more than characters. That is actually so true now that I think about it. Now that I think about it, yeah. It worked way too well, way too smoothly. There was no conflict, that is so true. Is that what you want to turn it into? Is that what you want our history to become? Our history? Our... But I don't. I don't remember anything at all. You don't remember anything. No, I don't want to. I don't need a past or a future. All I have left inside me is uncertainty. Giselle. No, that's not my name. Please stop trying to confuse me. I'm fine with things the way they are. If it means I don't have to hurt, that's all I want. That is why the maid invited us to spend our eternity together, without knowing, without a future or a past. So please just let me keep being the maid. Let me keep being a guide, not some foolish girl. Is that what she honestly desires? Does she want to cast aside her past for good? If so, then... Oh, I won't force you. No, remembering isn't an option. I won't force you. Let me save. What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? Casting off the fog. What do we do? She is Giselle. She was the one in love with Mikhail, right? Is Mikhail real too? I can't tell anymore, because the white-haired girl apparently isn't real. Is she though? Is the white-haired girl actually still the witch? Guys, I don't know what the fuck is happening. By the way, the narrator now refers to themselves as me. The narrator that told all of our emotions from a distance is now there in person. As soon as we realize who we are. That is such clever, like, writing. Okay. Okay, what do we do? What the fuck do we do? I won't force her. Not remembering isn't an option. Do we force her? Do we not force her? Is forcing her the right decision? Maybe forcing her will make her suffer even more. It will make her suffer again. But I want to know what? I want to know the truth. I actually do. And I think knowing the truth is a priority for me right now, so I'll click on this. Not knowing isn't an option. No matter what she says, I know I am right. And if she doesn't reclaim her old self, I'll never get to hear her say my name again. I know I'm being selfish here, but I can't do that. Oh shit. If you're afraid of what you might find, we can remember together. I haven't gotten everything back yet myself, so let's open the real door together. There are no other doors to open, but there is one that can only open by our hands, because it exists between the two of us. Not a door in physical form, but the door to your heart. The door too. I grasp her unnaturally cold hand, a hand that long ago once had warmth. If she can lead the way, then I have to. I must pick up the pieces of our erased history so we can both reclaim ourselves. Find the actual truth. No matter what we may uncover, I will not let go of this hand. No, I mustn't let go of it. That is what the maid said too. Don't let go of my hand. So maybe there's a subconscious part of her that remembers. Darkness falls over the world around us. The door upon which we had been standing flickers out of existence, sending us dropping into an endless abyss. This dark pit, this is her door. Her history, her heart. Let's try this one more time. It's not a sweet story by any means. It's a story of betrayal, anger, hatred. We caused each other pain, but that's the road we traveled. And down that road lies all the answers. Oh my god. Reclaim yourself. Take the first step. The fourth door. Is it the fifth now? Hello? The fifth door. 1099. It is still the same time period. So we are experiencing the same story again? I think we are, right? Oh, another UI. Look at this, the roses. It had been several days since I left the capital. And I could still see it when I closed my eyes. The people lined up on the Grand Pond, awaiting entry, eager to start a new life there, bringing with hope. It was a city people were willing to pay high taxes to live in. If you were a performer, you could get some of those costs shaved down a bit by putting those skills to use. The capital was harsh on those who wanted in, and apathetic about all who left. It was composed of a powerful nobility and clergy, wealthy merchants and bankers, and a large population of poor. And it was the city I had called home for a long time. I didn't know much about where I was heading. This is the experience we had in the mirror. It's getting foggy. This is the story we saw when we entered the mirror. The mirror world. Oh my god. And this is also the same track we heard there. I'm so curious now. I can't wait to see the truth. It's getting foggy. Looks like it might rain. Maybe we should take a little break. You want to keep going? Oh, alright then. The coachman was frustrating the attacker term. He acted as though he had gotten stuck transporting a prisoner. That was hardly a stretch. From his point of view, I was nothing more than a criminal. Even the times he would acknowledge I had said anything, he made no effort to hide the scorn in his eyes, to pretend he didn't regret ever taking this job. And I would just fall silent again. Giselle. The road was gradually getting narrower. We had long since left the paved city road behind, and were now traveling along a couple worn-down groves behind the forest. In the forest, right? Backlog. A couple worn-down groves in the forest. How did I end up here? Why was I being subjected to this? I was done thinking about it. The more I thought on it, the less fair it seemed. The more I remembered, the worse it hurt. All I could do anymore was close my eyes and weather the storm. Oh my god. Deep within the dense woods, a mansion appeared before us, like the world fading into view after a dream. It didn't seem to be an especially large house, but it had obviously been constructed with a great deal of care, and it was thankfully not standing in ruins. This deep in the forest. The carriage came to a stop and the coachman climbed down, signaling with his chin for me to get out. Thank you very much. You must be tired of such a long journey. This is the mansion I'm looking for, yes? Did she want to meet the witch? But the driver didn't even acknowledge me, getting back onto the carriage and setting off into the forest. He seemed to want to get as far away from here as quickly as possible. He could have said something. Oh well. That was about all I could say anyway. Oh well. I couldn't blame anyone for my being here, or for his wanting to get out. I should get going, I guess. This is the same experience. This is the same story we saw in the mirror. Getting a better look at it, the house's windows were, strangely enough, all shuttered. It was probably dark as pitch inside. Does no one live here? But if that's the case, then why was I? I placed my hand on the front door. Such a big door. What if I couldn't get in? I had no idea what else there was in the area. If the door didn't open, then I would die out here in the forest. I've come to accept much, but I was not ready to forfeit my life yet. Please open. It's not locked, I guess. Yeah, this is similar. The white-haired girl also said, I really want in, I don't want to go yet, I don't want to die. But it's so different. The door was heavy, and though it seemed to protest my attempts to enter, it still opened much easier than I was expecting. I was worried over nothing. Looking in, I got the strangest impression that light was being swallowed up into the mansion's depths. Rather than going inside, I felt as though I was about to step outside the boundaries of this world. Yeah. When I closed the door, it was so dark I couldn't even tell where I was walking. I wonder if the window's open. Though I made to fumble my way over to a window, it was tightly shuttered and the shutters caked with rust. I was probably not getting it open without a fine. Darn, not a hint of light. I couldn't even see my hand waving in front of my face. It felt as though the floor would fall out from under me and I would sink into eternal darkness if I didn't watch my step. Fighting back that fear, I slowly walked forward, tracing the wall with my hand. There was a door at the end of a long corridor. I pulled it open and a wisp of bone-chilling air brushed past me. It was too dark to see anything, but I could feel something different present in this area than the rest of the house. Uneasiness gripped me. Hello, is anyone there? Then she will open the curtain and reveal the glass-stained window, and then Mikkel will appear. Yeah, please don't tell me it's actually abandoned. I suppose I can't know without looking around a bit more. My voice simply disappeared into the void. No response. As I pushed forward through the freezing air, for a split second I spotted the shimmer of light. Squinting my eyes, I was able to make out a large window. Unlike the others, it wasn't shuttered. What do we have here? Drapes. I see a little light beyond. My chances were slim, I imagined. But if there was even a slight possibility of getting some light in here, it was worth a shot. So I pulled open the drapes. Oh my god, here we go. The next moment, faint but colorful light shone down on me. It was a stained glass window. From beyond the glass, I could hear the subtle pitter-patter of rain. It had finally started, it seemed. The different colors of light blended into a milky white, dim but wondrous. It is the same description as the white-haired girl. It's so pretty. It looks like an angel. Why would someone cover this up? It's beautiful. With a little more light, it'll be a... Oh my god. Please do not touch the drapes. He's back! Mikkel is back. Who are the windows? Suddenly I heard a voice and I could sense someone else in the room. The man's voice was emotionless, neither deep nor high. Before long, he came into view, illuminated by dull orange candlelight. There he is. Yeah. I'm sorry for coming in uninvited, but I did announce myself. The man stood there, practically blending in with the darkness. Had he been there the whole time? He was staring straight at me. His gaze wavered slightly, but not enough for me to read anything in it. Then again, I could hardly make out any detail at all under the light of a single candle. Is this, your mansion? It is. Thank goodness, I was afraid I was deserted. I suspect you would have preferred it if the house were abandoned. Not at all. I would be scared to death staying in this dark mansion all by myself. I'm sorry, yeah? No ill will intended, but I do think it could do with some light. That way you could see where you were walking, and I'm sure this room would look splendid illuminated. Not necessary. I make do perfectly well as things are. How can you see when it's so dark? I have an abundance of candles and oil for lamps. I am not in want of means of creating light. I have read this before, I remember. It is not your place to criticize my lifestyle. If you need light, you are free to leave. Yeah. If you are in need of money, help yourself to some of the furniture. There's a village not far from here. Trade it for foods, then make your way to a larger town. I am no longer able to freely return to the city. I cannot go back there. Please don't chase me out. I see. And do you ask this of me, aware of how people refer to this mansion? They say that a witch lives here. Not merely a witch. A cursed witch. So this Giselle knows of the witch. But the white-haired girl didn't know. If you remain here, you too shall likely suffer your own destruction. You're worried for my well-being. Witch or not, my mind is made up. I was sent to this cursed witch's mansion to atone for my transgressions back in the city. It didn't matter what lived there. I had no choice. What lived here? Which will strike you first, I wonder? Regret or the curse? You seem to be doing just fine. It's only a tale. The witch is real, very much so. It is not a legend, nor a fairy tale. The witch. The witch's name was Morgana. Yeah, it's me. I am the witch. It's me. Yeah. You are the witch then. If Mikhail is actually Morgana, whoa, we have a different perspective. Is this Mikhail's perspective? Yes. That was our first encounter. It was nothing flowery or dramatic. It was rather laced with suspicion and wariness. We knew nothing about one another, and I had no interest in changing that. But nonetheless, that was where it all began. Oh my god. Now we are finally witnessing, like, the real story. The one that has been taken from us, the one that we didn't manage to acknowledge before. That we have to reawaken to. Where the fuck will this lead us? What is the actual story? It is a story that is not pure tragedy. Or like, I suppose, a clean kind of tragedy. It is a story of conflict nonetheless, but I wonder where that conflict will be. What kind of conflict? Is Mikhail actually the witch? Is he? God, I don't know. Is he Morgana? I don't fucking know. Let's continue. Yeah, that was where it all began, where my history with her commenced. Yeah. Here we go. Oh, there she is on full screen. Wow. The woman had jade eyes. There she is, guys. Giselle. Open wide, they glimmered like jewels in the light, shining through the stained glass window. She seemed to be at a loss for words. I wasn't lying per se. The rumor said a witch lived in this house, and I was the only one who filled that criteria. Thus, said rumors could be interpreted to be talking about me. After staring at me dumbfounded for a few moments, the woman suddenly burst into laughter. Oh wow! Why is she laughing? Hero was thinking you were kind of scary, and it turns out you're actually quite funny. When? I never would have guessed you were someone to tell such a ridiculous joke with a straight face. I wasn't. You don't look at all like a witch. I mean, it's dark and I can really see you. But you seem to me like a rather handsome man. Yeah? The word witch. The word witch has broader meanings than just a woman who practices magic. An unholy person with cursed powers, man or woman, can be considered a witch. I think I get what you're trying to say, but my mental image of a witch is definitely more a woman. So you're not a witch? Okay, that is very simple thinking. To tell you the truth, I didn't know who might be here, which had me rather scared. But I think I can make this work. What do you... It's a pleasure to meet you, Master. Master. Was she sent here to be working for this guy? By the way, she's staying right in front of this angel as if she were the angel in his life. So, ayo, ayo. We'll see though. Master. I was sent here from your old home. Oh. I was an Abigail for your mother, but well, I might have made a little goof. I froze the moment the word left her mouth. Home. It rattled around in my skull, shaking up terrible memories that almost brought me to my knees. Why after all these years were they reaching out to me now? And not even sending someone to bring me back, just sending someone. To what end? For what purpose had they shipped an Abigail out to this remote mansion? What was my mother thinking? Was this another one of her attempts to break my curse? An attempt to break his curse. Interesting. What do you mean you made a little goof? My voice came out weak. I did my best not to let it show on my face. It was a teeny tiny mistake. Nothing you need to concern yourself with. What did Mother say about me? Well, it was actually your father who told me to come here. I never really spoke to your mother much. Father sent you? That made even less sense. Why would he have? Did father even know I was here? Now, if he had known, I would have been... Who was this woman? If father knew, I would have been... like dead? What do you mean by that? If father knew... If father knew, who... What... Father, like, seems like he kinda sucks. Who was this woman? And what was the goal in asking to stay here? Well, there you have it. I'll be here for a while. If you need me for anything, do not hesitate to ask. I'm confident I can handle most everyday tasks. Now, where should I begin? Oh, I know. Are you hungry, master? Food. I can't imagine you eat much, being as skinny as you are. Ma'am, this is Wendy's. I turned my back on her without responding. No matter what her goal was, she had been sent from that house. There was no way anything good could come of that, and there was no way I could live with someone who had ties to them. Holy shit. I prayed she would take the hint, give up and leave. Master? And so I kept ignoring her. Master, master! I ignored. Master! I ignored her. He's trying so hard to ignore her right now. Master, what would you like for supper? Nothing! But failed, spinning back and slowly. That's really funny. Her eyes went wide, and then she gave a sheepish giggle. I glared at her as she fidgeted uncomfortably. Eating is one of the most basic human needs, so if you're hungry, you should really eat. I said I didn't want. Dude, that sounded insane. What was that sound? Must you ask? This is not a very polite thing to ask a lady, you know? Huh? You know, it was a long trip, and all I had to eat on the road was dried fruit. I feel like I was some kind of animal. Uh-huh. So, what I'm trying to say is that I'm hungry. Dude, I love their relationship so much. They are so funny. That wasn't the sound of her stomach growling, was it? I felt lighting and struck in the distance. Oh, I love Giselle so much. And would like some supper. The kitchen is at the far end of the hall on the first floor. There's food in the cellar. Help yourself to any of it. Thank you so much. I honestly feel like I haven't eaten in days and I'm about to die of starvation. Oh, and I shouldn't need any help finding it. I plan on exploring the house anyway. It's rather exciting being in a new place. She's so adorable. Ugh. Damn it. That did not go as planned. Oh well. She can do as she pleases. I'll have nothing to do with it. He says, for now. Oh, Master, are you sure you don't? No. Master! Master! What is it now? My name is Giselle. It's a pleasure to meet you. Uh-huh. And your name, Master? Oh, Master, you... I actually left the room that time, making my way back to my chambers. At some point, I would seriously have to chase her out. Especially considering she had come from that house. But regardless, I was not terribly fond of her. Well, I was not terribly fond, he says now. Oh, he will so fall in love with this woman. He literally has no other choice. I love how the flowers change depending on whose perspective you are on. Also, like, why the fuck does he hate his parents so much? Why the fuck does he hate that house so much? Doesn't his mother want to cure him of his curse? Or at least she tried to before. Oh, goodness. Childhood trauma, I can't wait. I didn't really understand Mikhail. But it was probably because we were still essentially strangers. Having been sent to the mansion as a reparation for my mistakes, I wasn't sure who I might find there. But I was tentatively convinced he wasn't a terrible person. He didn't do anything to me, except say that he doesn't want to talk to you. Except stay away. Mikhail spent most of his time in his chambers, which he had told me to never enter under any circumstances, so we rarely encountered one another in the halls. For that reason, I made an effort to be kind and cheerful on the sporadic occasions we did cross paths. I figured if I kept that up long enough, he would eventually warm up to me. And as new housemates, being able to enjoy our time together was obviously preferable to the alternative. If I did manage to break the ice, I hoped you would be able to do some talking about the mansion, about him, about me. I just had to keep working at it. Well, I hope you reach through to him, ma'am. Mikhail didn't need me to take care of him. He handled his own day-to-day needs and activities by himself, and in fact, he didn't ask me for anything. An aristocrat who had no use for a servant. I hadn't met anyone like him before. Alright then, does he still have the cars? He must still have some kind of cars. But he didn't elaborate on it this time. Alright then, that meant about all I could do was clean. I wasn't sure how his room looked, but the rest of the house was quite frankly an absolute disaster! The dust was so heavy it was obvious it hadn't been touched in years. Let's get started. It couldn't be healthy to live in these conditions, so I set out to clean each room in the house one by one. That said, it wasn't going to be an easy task. Not because I was bad at cleaning, in fact I consider myself quite good at it, but because it was near impossible to find all the dust and grime that needed cleaning under the flickering light of a candle. I can't understand how anyone sane can live in this dark. What's wrong with him? Maybe he's actually a vampire? Yeah. Oh god, haha, wouldn't that be something? What do you mean? He will suck your blood. Oh my god, I can see it now, him sneaking out every night to suck the blood of pretty girls. Priceless! What do you mean by... Dude, your sense of humor is kind of twisted. That means I'm in trouble. I'm such an attractive girl after all. Oh no! What if he sucks my blood? That would suck so bad, literally. Look at me, Miss One Woman comedy show here. Yup. I love Giselle so much, man. If I am able to get him to warm up to me though, maybe that'll give me a little more room to make some changes. Like opening some windows. No light and no fresh air. No thank you. Anyway, I set the candlestick down, pulled over a chair to stand on, and started wiping down the shelf. The chair's legs seemed to be uneven as it wobbled slightly beneath me. So many books. I wondered, did they all belong to him? I knew parchment was expensive, so it was rather astonishing seeing this many stacks of it in one place. There were even books with bulky, extravagantly decorated covers. He does come from an esteemed family. I'd spent enough time at his family's home. It was a constant bustle of servants and guests. The exact opposite of what this mansion was like. Why had he left his home? What had he done to be sent all the way out here to this remote mansion with a less than savory reputation? Needs to be careful not to overstep my bounds. I am a servant now. A servant. But once the thought had crossed my mind, I couldn't get it out. I'd always had a bad tendency to chase my curiosities as soon as they struck, pushing to scratch the itch no matter how much my actions annoyed others. I couldn't do that here though. I was simply a servant. If I got on Michael's bad side, I risked getting thrown out. I wonder what kind of books he's got in here. So I attempted to distract myself. I grabbed one of the books and attempted to pull it out. What? But the string binding the parchment must have gotten tangled at the back. Wow! And all the books fell down? Yeah. Because the books on either side tilted back with it. And then the entire row came crashing down on top of me. Ow! Interesting. It's following the same structure. It's following the same story beats that we have witnessed before. But because Giselle is so much more different from her personality from the white-haired girl, her comments and her demeanor is just so much more different. And her relationship with Michael, whatever, is also so much more different. Very interesting. Very interesting. I feel I like Giselle's character more than the white-haired girls, right? The white-haired girl seems like artificially perfect to me, at least, in the story beat. And Giselle just seems like a genuine person, not a character, as was said before. That's very fascinating how they managed to write such two different characters that feel distinctly different from a narrative perspective. It's really cool. Oh my goodness, Giselle. I wanted to read what she said before. Apparently she does also come from a well-off family. I am a servant now, a servant. Yeah. So she was forced to be a servant then, but she said that she was a servant for Mikhail's mother as well, but she didn't interact with the mother much. So I'm not really sure what exactly Giselle's backstory is or what the oopsie was that she did. We'll definitely find out though. Ow. Oh, for cripe's sake! I had fallen off the chair and a downpour of books was still coming down on me. A mountain of dust within. Seriously? What are you doing? Hi. Suddenly Mikhail was there looking down at me from a little ways away. There was, as usual, not much I could read from his expression, but I could hear a vague trace of exasperation in his voice. I was doing some cleaning and... Impressive work. I'm usually better than this. It's just so dark, mistakes should be expected. Oh my god. I really think we should open some windows, master. Get some light, some air flowing through here. I never asked you to clean anything. You did this entirely yourself. But there's so much dust. It can't be good for you. I am perfectly healthy. I don't see the problem. Had he even seen himself? No way someone that skinny was perfectly healthy. You look like you have something to say. He can make out my face in this darkness. Yeah, his eyes probably got used to the dark at this point. Oh, you know, I wanted to be useful in cleaning us all about all I can do here. So, you know, that is also what the white-haired girl said. It is actually like rewriting history that they did before with the white-haired girl. That's crazy, man. I was sensing something else, but alright. He let out a sigh, stepped over toward the pile of books, and then reached his hand down for me. I suddenly felt a pang of embarrassment about the fact that I was still splayed out on the floor, but I raised my hand up to take his, only for him to pick up a book instead. You could at least hold me up. You have legs. He's such a bitch. He's such an asshole. He said, casually returning the book to the top shelf. Maybe I was wrong. Maybe he was a terrible person. Oh, that relationship was so much fun to read. Wow. Holy shit. Okay, his perspective again. What did he see in her? Oh, there she is. So, master, all these books yours? Giselle asked, not a trace of remorse visible on her face, despite having made a mess of the room she was supposedly trying to clean. I gave a curt nod. Really? That's impressive. Must have been hard work getting them all in here, huh? There's got to be 100 books here. You could fill a whole carriage at least. He is like you've got your own personal library. She had been pouting only a few moments earlier, but her smile was back in short order. Her jade eyes were like little balls of curiosity, glittering in the faint candlelight. Yo, sounds like someone's whipped already. I was not particularly fond of overly expressive, or rather overly curious women. They did not care that they trampled uninvited into other people's personal spaces. Or were they not even aware that their actions were invasive? I averted my gaze from hers. I received one roughly every month. I see. She turned back toward the shelves. I presume she understood the implication of what I had just said. Of the fact that there were nearly 100 tomes here and I received only one a month. Huh. Giselle fell silent. I couldn't blame her if she thought my circumstances or my family or my life bizarre. But I didn't care what she thought of me. In fact, it was to my advantage for her to be uncomfortable. I just needed her to stay quiet and keep her nose out of my business. There's more than I thought. I said not to her. Oh shit, I said not to her but to myself. I had no reason to count the passage of time anymore. Only the books served as a record of how long I had been here. 121! Is that important? 121 books, that is 121 months. Divided by 12 is definitely 10 years and 1 month, I think. Right? If he gets one a month, 12, 10, yeah, that is 10 years. And one single month. Okay. Yeah. When? There are 121 books. 10 years and 1 month. Yes, thank you. You were counting? I thought she had just sheepishly gone quiet. What an inscrutable woman. You've been here in the mansion for that long? All by yourself? The truth was, there had been times when I wasn't alone. But Giselle had no need to know that. There were times when I wasn't alone. Does Mikhail still have the curse of killing people that he touches? Or is his curse different now, in this timeline? And if it is different, then that means that the people that were previously here with him didn't die, maybe, due to his curse. But they still left, they aren't here. Interesting. You already know the answer. A look of pity formed in Giselle's eyes. Enough. I never asked for his sympathy. I am here by choice. You mean you weren't banished here? No restraint, this woman. No. I came here of my own volition.
I didn't care enough to elaborate though. Picking another book up off the floor, I brushed the dust off its cover. It was the gaudily decorated tome. That's a very fancy book, isn't it? But apparently Giselle was unable to take a hint.
What's it about?
I let out a sigh and opened to no page in particular, sticking the book out toward her. She was a servant and a woman. There was no way she could read.
Let's see here. This land is hardly suitable for cultivation. I can only produce over-sour grapes. I would probably get more out of it if I tore down the fields and made it into a market. Sounds like a lord's diary.
You can read.
So she must be from a rich household as well, Giselle. She must be.
I was caught slightly off guard. It was rare for a noble woman to be able to read and write, let alone a servant. Was she truly what she claimed to be?
I had someone to teach me. So, is this book any interesting?
It's dull, worthless tribe. I can't imagine why anyone thought it was worth binding.
A tough crowd. But it's not very often you get to see a Lord's diary. I'm rather curious what kinds of things he griped about, hee.
Lords are king, what value was there in others grumbling? There was no knowledge contained within that book, just emotions, unsightly scribbles.
Also, do you guys remember my comment about the white-haired girl and saying hee so often? Like the maid? I did mention that, didn't I? That she said hee way more often than I remembered. It was because the white-haired girl was pasted over Giselle, over the actual maid that often says hee. So that is why. Huh. Clock that, guys. I'm so smart. I'm not, bro.
There was no knowledge contained within that book, just emotions, unsightly scribbles. And there was nothing more exhausting in this world than being emotional.
Oh boy, you will fall so hard for this guy. You don't even know how hard you will be in love.
If you want to read it, be my guest.
That wasn't my intention, but alright. Once I've got the whole mansion cleaned, I'll read it.
I told you, you don't have to clean.
Hee. Oh, I've got an idea, Master. If you're interested, maybe we could read together?
Did you hear what I just said? It's dull, worthless tribe.
Still, you might see it differently if you read it with someone else. And I'm sure there are some books here you would enjoy, Master.
You're wasting your time.
Oh my god. She's so persistent. He is too, but you can tell that he's warming up to her.
The suspicion and restraint budding between us was slight and insignificant at that point. She was still smiling after all. If I had been able to maintain that distance, then perhaps I wouldn't have ended up hurting her.
He hurt her. Okay.
In what way did he hurt her?
Uh-oh. Do I really want to know though? Like, do I really, really want to know? Okay, it had been a little under 2 weeks since I had moved in with Mikhail. Yeah, that is how I'm pronouncing it. Though we lived in the same house, we rarely saw each other. On unlucky days, I wouldn't see him at all. I wasn't sure if he ate in his room or our schedules were simply misaligned, but we never had any meals together. Perhaps he was deliberately avoiding me. It has to be it. I know servants and masters don't usually eat at the same table, but even so, he could be a little less obvious about it. Am I really that much of a nuisance? I'm not doing anything inappropriate, am I? I'm being pleasant and sociable, aren't I? I haven't given him any reason to not like me, I think. I hope. He had never been very enthusiastic about my staying here, but I hadn't been given a choice. I had been sent here by his family. Besides... no. Out of the negative thoughts. Gotta stay positive. Yeah, he hasn't tried to chase me out yet. I just haven't broken the ice. I had to stay positive, optimistic, happy thoughts, and be myself. As long as I kept working at it with enough time, Mikhail would surely come around and not be so distant. What did she say before? Besides... How long has she been here? For a few weeks, right? It had been a little under 2 weeks. Okay, got it. I've gotta go, so let's get to work. First, I make supper, then I ask him to have it with me. Gotta be proactive when it comes to the reclusive types. Alright, here goes. I love Giselle so much. Or here would go. But we're almost out of supplies. Well, so much for that. The cellar was where the non-perishable food was stored. Dried foods, smoked meats, cheeses, and a small scattering of root vegetables. Looking at this makes me feel like a soldier holding down a castle's fortifications.
Had Mikhail really gone 10 years on nothing but this, I would have raised the white flag long ago. He said he hadn't left the mansion at all in those 10 years. I assume he at least goes out to get supplies, right? Running out of food is kind of like, kind of a life or death matter. I can't believe he hasn't set foot outside even once in... What are you babbling on about? Wah! Hi, I'm the ghost of this mansion, hello? Oh no, he overheard me. I assumed you were talking to someone. Huh? Does anyone else live here, master? I haven't seen anyone. It is just the two of us. Alive, anyway. Don't say that! You mean there are ghosts? Something of the sort. Is he fucking with her, or does he actually mean that? Ah, there you go again with the jokes. I'm not a child, you're not going to trick me like that. There are adults who believe in such things. I suppose, but I don't really believe in ghosts or demons or curses or any of that. The church just tries to convince people they are real so they can squeeze more money out of them. That is so fair. Am I going to have to turn you over to the church, you blasphemer? No. I pray every day, honest. I don't particularly care either way. I'm returning to my chambers. What? Already? You didn't, come down for food? I only came down because I had voices. A moment, please just wait a second. When? Our stores are almost empty. What do you normally do when you need more food? I'll happily accompany you on a trip to the market. Already, that was fast. There are two of us. I really don't eat that much, do I? In the dim light, it was difficult to make out Mikhail's expression, but I thought I could see a tinge of annoyance on his face. Hold your ground, Giselle! You said you wanted to get closer to him. Uh-oh. Ah, is that a parsnip? Mikhail was holding a tangled ball of roots. The reason I asked was because the parsnip looked like it was on the verge of total decomposition. See, there's the... What is he talking about? He then handed it to me. Whoa, wait, you want to eat that? It's clearly you've seen better days. You're going to get sick. Or are you telling me you can survive on rotten vegetables? Of course I won't eat it. I just figured you were hardly enough to survive. Huh? You were hardy enough to survive. Oh my fucking god, bro. This guy. What do you think I am? No, he's definitely a child. They're so funny. Or that the resulting diarrhea might reduce your appetite. I love this Mikhail so much. He's so funny. You're kidding, right? You can't be serious. I feel like he's actually serious right now. Anyway, we should bury that outside. Then we can go purchase fresh supplies. I told you I don't go outside. Then how do you... Huh? A visitor? Who could it be? Perfect timing. Oh, so it's still the same here, okay? You're a servant. Make yourself useful and go retrieve the package. This time he made her go get the package. If it's not a delivery by a wanderer, chase them off. What package, master? Uh-oh. Hold on a second. What are you talking about? He's gone. What kind of delivery is he expecting? Of food. Mikhail stood there, unmoving, veiled in shadow. He glanced over at me and then threw his gaze at the front door. I'm supposed to open the door now? Bitch. At his command, I raised the bar, pulling open the door. Hello. Oh, it's white. Is it? After nearly 2 weeks inside, the light from the setting sun almost blinded me. White and white, my head's pounding. Oh my god, light. I haven't seen the light of day in fucking weeks. After a few moments of intense blinking, my eyes acclimated themselves. Oh my fucking god, why am I skipping all the time? Acclimated themselves to the evening sunlight. There was no one outside. Okay. Only a crate easily large enough to fit a child. Is this the package? Master? I turned back to face Mikhail, but he wouldn't meet my eyes. Though it seemed more like he was avoiding looking at the lights than at me. He's starting to seem more and more like a vampire. Not that I believe in vampires, of course. Regardless, I pray there's nothing bad in here. That's heavy. Master, could I get some help? What a bitch! Gee, thanks. I'm a servant, admittedly, but this is a lot to ask of just one girl. A little help would sure be nice. Once it's inside, close and bar the door. He said dispassionately, his head still turned toward the darkness. As you wish, master. Oh my god. Oh my god, Ian. What the fuck? Once the door was shut, I found myself sucked back into a world of darkness. It hadn't even been 2 weeks, but the lack of light was beginning to become my normal. The outside world growing farther and farther away. Being holed up in here is definitely not good for me. I should go for a walk sometime. Maybe plant some flowers or vegetables. Yeah, I like that idea. Maybe I can grow that old tangle of roots into some fresh parsnip. What else do we have to plant? It'd be great if there were some flower seeds. Oh. What are you doing? Open the box now. As you wish, master. Oh, there's fruit inside? In the box was a burlap sack filled with berries, root vegetables and smoked meats, as well as an assortment of bread, fruits and wine. Aside from the fruit and bread, everything else was the same as what Mikkel kept in the cellar. Ah, and buried beneath the burlap sack was a single book. 1 book a month. He really hasn't gone outside in 10 years. It appears you have begun to grasp the situation. Yeah, but why? This was delivered by someone from your house, master, wasn't it? A servant, I assume. Why would they leave without saying anything? No one wants to talk to a cursed man. In the past, they would occasionally check in on me, but that hasn't happened recently. They think you're cursed? Ah, right, you don't believe in curses. Then come up with your own explanation. An excuse for them to want to stay away from me. That, for example, I killed someone. Or maybe that I'm insane. I couldn't. Regardless, I'm not normal. Bring the food down to the cellar. The book to the library. You are, of course, free to refuse and run back off into the woods. I'll do it. Alright. Then you take care of that. Damn. Hey! What is it? I just noticed there's something else in here. It's wrapped in cloth. What could it be? Oh, painting! For you to hang up somewhere in the house, I presume. A painting. A painting. The man in the painting? Maybe it was the man that painted this. The man in the painting. Who the fuck are you, man in the painting? Will I meet you? It's so dark I can't see it very well, but I'm sure it's... Don't touch that. What? What? What do you mean? Mikkel, who kept his distance from me until that point, suddenly marched over and ripped the painting from my grasp. Master? His face was twisted into a look I had never seen him make before. Was it indignation, disgust, hatred, panic? I couldn't tell, but there was more than enough negative pressure to cause me to flinch back. Is that painting perhaps, something important? Oh. A landscape painting. He muttered under his breath, the tension melting away from his face. It was left looking at his usual blank impenetrable expression. I was left looking at that, yeah. But his eyes were still fixated on the pictures, staring at it unblinkingly. Why a landscape painting? Some kind of passive-aggressive message. It's not of anywhere nearby. Did they travel somewhere? Huh? Well, it's not of that girl, so that's an improvement. What? So the painting was painted by someone that Mikkel knows. And apparently, thank God it's not of the girl. Is it about the white-haired girl? Is whoever Mikkel knows traveling with the white-haired girl? Or painting the white-haired girl very often? Dude, what is happening right now? What the fuck is going on right now? Who the fuck is that guy that painted this? My god. Master? Oh, you're still here? Still here? Of course I'm still here! Who do you think you asked to take care of the package? What's with you? Just running over and snatching the painting from me. You scared me. Could you maybe explain yourself? What's so special about that painting? I don't believe that's any of your business. None of my... Of course it is! You ripped it out of my hands like it was some kind of thief! I have a right to know what that was all about, and maybe an apology while you're at it. You told me to open the box, so I did. Then all of a sudden you're angry. Oh shit. We are not equals. Do not mistake yourself for my friend. You have a right to know, You have no such thing. You don't have to be rude. I'll say it again, leave if you don't like it here.
Holy shit.
I never asked for you to be here. That was your wish.
My wish? Are you out of your minds?
I never asked for this. I never wished for it. Who in their right mind would want to be sent to some house in the middle of nowhere? Who would ever want to go through that? No, calm down, Giselle. Yeah, she doesn't want to say to him why she's even here to begin with, which is why he's misunderstanding that she's here by choice, but she isn't. Calm down, Giselle. You can't get angry. You're right, that is what I wanted. But I never wanted to make you mad, or for us to argue like this. I just wanted to get to know you better, to get closer to you. I mean, it would make things smoother for the both of us. It would make living together more enjoyable for us. Listen carefully. This is very important for you to understand. Do not try to involve yourself with me. Do not go probing around for information. And if you can't do that, leave.
But she's nosy. She's nosy as a person. She will try to snoop and find shit out. Completely shut down. The glare he was giving me and the standoffish aura he was emanating were reflecting in his tone of voice. Why? Why did he try to push me away like that? He has secrets he doesn't want you to know about. For some reason. Okay, it's his perspective. Okay. Please tell me anything. It seemed Giselle really didn't know much about me. Despite being sent here from my house, she was unaware of the monthly deliveries, as well as the reason why I lived in the mansion all by myself. Why though would they not have told her anything? Why had she been sent here left completely in the dark? Giselle looked up at me, fear and bewilderment in her eyes, though I thought I could see a glint of suspicion beneath it all. Like her true feelings were bubbling to the surface. Everyone had darkness in them they kept hidden. No one was exactly who they appeared to be. She was undoubtedly thinking, I'm not here because I want to be. Yeah, that is what she is thinking.
I knew from the moment I first saw her that her bubbly, sweet affect was all a facade.
Damn! He's being like, you're friendly with me because you're fake as fuck. Damn!
Had she thought I was dense enough to not realize, she was no different than anyone else. What I didn't understand, though, was why she refused to leave no matter how hard I pushed. What was she hiding beneath that innocent-looking face? What was she thinking? What did she carry on her shoulders? Everyone is hiding something, deceiving those around them. I had to figure out what she really was. May I ask you something?
Yes?
On the day you arrived, you said you made a teeny tiny mistake while working at my family's home. Tell me about that. What did you do at the Bollinger stay? Okay, Bollinger? Bollinger? Like balling?
Okay, interesting.
Let me write that down. Where the fuck is his name? Mikhail.
Bollinger.
Last name? What did you do at the Bollinger estate? In that moment, brief though it was, her disposition wavered. Fear, terror. No, perhaps anger. I couldn't tell. Nevertheless, it was abundantly clear that that was a subject she had no interest in me breaching. And so she had borne her fangs. The smile she donned now was visibly forced.
It's nothing you need concern yourself with, master. Do you see this forced smile, everyone? Nobody's believing that shit. I promised it was an insignificant little thing. Uh-huh. Yeah, he's totally believing that.
She couldn't say. Why couldn't she tell me? What had she done there? What did this woman know about that house? What did she know about me? What was concealed beneath that smile of hers? I am the master of this house and you are a servant. And still you refuse to tell me.
Like I said, it's nothing. There's no reason to bother you. With a mere servant's personal blunders, master.
What are you hiding?
I'm not hiding anything.
Then you should be able to tell me exactly what you did at the Bollinger estate.
Like I said.
Tell me.
Oh shit, will she?
Tell me.
You won't tell a thing about yourself, and yet you demand others tell you about themselves. Here you are, practically threatening me. Demanding I tell you something I don't want to talk about. And yet you still haven't told me anything about the painting.
Oh, so I was right. You do have something to hide. How many times must I repeat myself? We are not equals. Oh shit. Dude, he's putting her down so harshly. I don't care if it's insignificant or something you don't want to talk about. What? I'm ordering you to tell me. Oh my god. Poor Giselle, dude, I would have punched his face in. A trifling blunder would not get someone sent to live with a cursed man in a house spoken of so unfavorably. Whatever she had done at the bowling estate, that has something to do with why she was here. If she truly hadn't done anything, then she had something to gain from this place, or possibly from me. And if that was the case, I had to get her to talk. And make me. Giselle's eyes were open wide. I recognized the look she was giving me. I knew very well what that gaze meant. You're an abomination! What? Damn, she's looking at him like that? That's crazy, yeah? It was the same as them. Fear, contempt, revulsion, repulsion. The way she acted, the way she spoke, it was exactly the same. You're no different. I made her uncomfortable. I made her afraid. She thought it was unpleasant. She thought it was despicable. She thought it was an abomination. Dude, what is it with insecure men in this game? What is it with every single man being insecure as fuck, bro? Except for Mel, I guess, but like every other man, insecure as fuck. Oh my god. Yeah. In a frenzy, I grabbed her by the shoulders, clamping down far more powerfully than I had meant to. Ow, stop! Her face contorted in pain morphed into someone else's. Who was I directing my anger at? Where was this rage aimed? Who are you calling an abomination? What? Tell me who? The black furrow bubbling up from within me knew no end. The girl, she ridiculed me. She denied my identity with her glare. I couldn't escape from that phantom, that reality. What? I never called you. No, get away from me! Get your hands off me! Oh shit. Giselle's scream echoed in the entrance hall, rattling my eardrums. She frantically smacked my arms aside, and then I came back to my senses. She was standing a little ways away, breathing heavily, arms wrapped tight around her body, glowering at me, showing her opposition to my touching her. Enlightening. Enlightening is what he's saying? No. Okay, so he's not killing people by touch anymore, which is fascinating. Which makes me think, like, what is his curse then? What is that curse? I don't know. Why is he calling himself cursed? God damn, if only I knew. You startled me, that's all. Some servant you are telling your master not to touch you. Oh, don't say it like that. I am, right, I have, you know. Yeah? I'm, allergic to people. Smooth. It's a very, very unique condition, I hear. I mean, can you believe that? See, you know how people, get all red and itchy when they touch a dog or cat? It's that, except for people, so I'm sorry. I wasn't trying to be disrespectful. He's totally believing that. Did people in the Middle Ages already know of, like, cat and dog allergies? Was that like a thing? I beg your forgiveness. Why did you speak your mind? What? This is what's going through your mind right now. I have nothing to apologize for. No, that's not. I can somewhat sympathize with your plight, being made to apologize even though you're hurting. I raised my hand against you first, after all. Then you forgive me? Sympathy does not equate to forgiveness. Okay, dude. Okay, bruh. Now you take care of the package. I'm heading back to my chambers. What is it? You're not going to make me leave after what I just did? No, I'm not. For it would seem I can make you leave on your own whenever I so please. I can make you leave on your own when I please. Huh? Besides, I had yet to learn what she had done. It would be exceedingly difficult to get the story from her own mouth when she left me with one option. To write a letter to my mother, as much as the very thought revolted me. Write a letter to his mom, and that is revolting him. Interesting. What did she do? What did Giselle do? Several days had passed since the package arrived. The end of my 3rd week living in the mansion was drawing near. Mikhail wasn't getting any friendlier either. He continued to either snub or bluntly dismiss me whenever we crossed paths. I didn't understand why he acted that way around me. But there was little point in asking when he seemed to think there was little point in talking to me at all. Although at first I had been sure there was some way to get him to warm up to me, the more time I spent in the mansion, the more my willpower began to feel like it was at its breaking point. I could tell myself to stay positive until it was blue in the face, but it would only work for so long. Damn, she's losing hope. The one pretty place in the whole house. I'm glad he hasn't covered it back up. Blue moonlight shone quietly through the stained glass window, vainly illuminating some of the room. I hadn't noticed until now, but the room with the stained glass window appeared to be modeled after a chapel. Rows of pews faced the window, below which sat what used to be a pulpit. There was very little of it left. Little left of it though, and an awkward length of silver was mounted to the pupil's front face. Silver was mounted on the pupil's front face, okay. What was, I assumed, formerly a cross. Upon further reflection, rather than facing the window, the pews seemed to be pointing at the pulpit, or perhaps the cross hanging on it. I wasn't sure why there would be a chapel in the mansion, but I had no one to ask about it. For a house of this size, a statue of Christ or the Virgin Mary seems more appropriate. It's a very well-made chapel at any rate. But why an archangel? I doubted Mikhail had it built for himself. There would be no reason for him to cover the window if that were the case. Nor had I ever seen him come to pray. He doesn't seem like one to believe in God. I'm not even sure if God really existed, then surely the world would be a much more pleasant, peaceful place. No unfair disparities in money or power. No senseless misfortune. I certainly wouldn't have found myself here either. But God was evidently quite fond of giving mankind trials, so he would probably tell me with a straight face that this was one too. I wonder if the entirety of this game is a trial for her. I wonder if the entirety of this game is a trial for Giselle. Because she is cast with misfortune at every turn. She is also very misfortunate. And God has also abandoned her, as he did many people in this game, by the way. God abandons many people. Okay? Especially those that seek for salvation from them. So, you know, this game be like that, man. Or perhaps we simply had a false impression of him. And he didn't actually give us anything. He merely sat back and watched from somewhere far, far away. It wasn't his job to bring peace to the world or ensure our laws were fair. That was all mankind's responsibility. What is God? What are angels? I have no idea. Maybe the Bible has answers. Why should I pray to someone so far away? How did I know my prayer is even getting there? But still, it's not like I have any other option. Don't pray, you will be cursed. If you pray, everything will go against you. Oh? Where are we? Don't you worry. It'll all work out, promise. I already know where I'm going to work. It's a really prominent noble house, way out of reach of some small-time merchants like us. You never know, this could be my big break. Oh, I'm just kidding, hee. Don't look so worried. I'll be just fine, honestly. I'll make enough money for us to get back onto our feet. Oh, for goodness sake, I can handle it. Leave everything to me, eh? You just wait, I'll make our family into something you can be proud of. I'll be fine. Yeah, say bye to Mom for me. I probably won't be home for a while. What? You're afraid I'm going to make some careless mistake? I'm not that airheaded. I can be a refined and elegant young lady. Those nobles won't even know what to believe anymore. If you don't believe me, how about I give you a little taste? How are you doing this fine morning, master? Your morning beverage is ready, prepared with the utmost care. See, how about that? Not bad, huh? What? You really think it sounded forced? Oh my god. I will not make a tiny mistake. I will not make a mistake. I'm not that airheaded, and yet she did make a mistake, which forced her to be in this mansion. What kind of mistake was it? I'm so curious to know. I was the daughter of a merchant who ran a shop on the capital's main street. My father had passed away in the plague. Oh, so it was just me, my mother, and my older sister. It would be a lie to say business was doing well. We struggled to squeak by day to day after taxes. But we couldn't just abandon the shop and leave the capital either. So we tried to make the best of what we are able to take in between the three of us. Then my sister fell in love with a moderately well-off aristocrat. Both my mom and I were supportive of her and her desire to marry, but the union almost fell apart because she was not suitable for him. Merchants were hardly the lowest class. What we lacked instead was wealth. We needed another source of money beyond what the shop took in. If only we had money, my sister could get married. If only we had money, my mom wouldn't have to work so hard. If only we had money. It was then that someone from the distinguished Bollinger estate approached me. He said they were in need of Abigails and would love to have me. He said that if I agreed to work for them, the Bollinger estate would take care of my family. Generally speaking, noble houses took Abigails from other, lower-ranking noble houses. It was unthinkable for someone of my status to receive such an offer. So I took it as a once-in-a-lifetime chance to accept the offer. I just pray that nothing bad happens to my sister. Why did they take her in? That sounds really sus. As a once-in-a-lifetime chance to accept the offer. And accepted the offer. The thing is, like, why did they ask her, Giselle, to be an Abigail for their household? Like, why? It feels like they had an alternative motive. Right? Maybe Giselle didn't even make a mistake in the first place, and yet she was still sent here. God, I don't know. I don't know what the fuck their plan was by hiring someone like Giselle. And that mom is getting enough money to live comfortably. That's all I can do. Then they are nobility. They have plenty of money. Enough to spare some. Oh, you mean the Bollinger household? Yeah. Ah. The light shining through the stained glass window began to grow murky, fading into blackness. It felt like a message from on high, that no, my prayers would not be answered. The bluish-white illumination shining down upon me disappeared as clouds blocked the moon. Oh, come on. You don't even want to look at a solid woman like me. Oh, for heaven's sake. I never asked to end up like this. Wow. It feels like even God has forsaken her. Damn. Oh, his perspective again, okay. Hi, Mikhail, what are you doing? Is he watching her? Oh, he is. They are nobility. They have plenty of money. Enough to spare some. Come on, you don't even want to look at a solid woman like me. Damn. He's watching her. For heaven's sake, I never asked to end up like this. Giselle was sitting at one of the pews in the room with the stained glass window. Does he think that she regrets being here? Is he even more assured now that she thinks of him as disgusting? I don't know. Just looking at her, you might have thought she was offering a prayer. But the words coming from her mouth were anything but prayerful. They were filled with resentment. They have plenty of money, a solid woman. And then I never asked to end up like this. So this is what's beneath that facade. Most likely money's what she's after. All I need to do now is confirm my suspicions with them. Just what awful secrets will I uncover? Ooh. I gave Giselle, sitting in the pew with her head drooped, a cursory glance before leaving the chapel. I had somewhere else to be. Writing a letter to his mom! Hey, so mom, what did she do? I need to know. The bitterly cold outside air felt like dozens of needles flowing into my lungs. It had been so long since I had stepped beyond the mansion's walls. A thick mist canopied the night sky, blocking out the moonlight. Naturally, the heavens did not rejoice at my leaving the house. It had been 10 years since I had seen the mansion from the outside, and it hadn't changed one bit. A gloomy scar upon the earth, shrouded in darkness. Hardly the kind of place someone would enthusiastically approach. Nevertheless, it was better than that house. He hates his home that much? That's crazy. Oh, now? Where's he going? To a village? Yes? Where is this? Hello? Who is it? Mikhail. What? Mikhail Bollinger? Oh, just one moment. I'll be right there. Come in. It's a humble abode, but make yourself at home. What is he doing here? Why is he leaving his home? Okay. Well, I must say, this is rather unexpected. Just one word and I would have been up there in a heartbeat. Just one word and I would have been up there. And how was I supposed to do that? I am regrettably fresh out of carrier pigeons. Right, yes, my apologies. This man, living in a small cottage not far from the mansion, had been hired by the Bollinger family. His job, to watch over me. Damn. That said, we never actually interacted. He was tasking me with keeping track of whether I was still alive and whether I had remained in the mansion. The monthly package from my family was delivered to him, which he then passed on to me. It was insipidly convoluted, but it was indicative of how much they wanted to avoid anyone learning about me. Well then, what can I do for you? The manservant was visibly rattled. Afraid, too. But not because of the difference in our social rank. I had a pretty good idea what he had been told about me. He was afraid of me. Or more specifically, my cars. People fear that which they cannot comprehend. Not just children, adults as well. They fear demons, witches and curses. Anything impure or not of this world. But I had long since gotten used to being viewed as such. It didn't sadden me. It didn't disappoint me. It didn't pain me. Is what he's telling himself. It definitely did, dude. Some things were too foolish to concern yourself over. Though it certainly doesn't make me feel good either. I was, on some level, annoyed. That woman's appearance at the mansion had created ripples in my once tranquil life. So before I got into the real reason for my visit, I decided to take out a bit of my frustration. Raise your head, there's no need to be afraid. I don't know what you've been told, but I promise I don't buy it. How rude of me. You're right, my sincerest apologies. Your job is to keep watch over me. If the mere sight of me has you trembling, what will you do if I try to run? I would have little trouble escaping. That would be quite unfortunate. What will I ever tell your mother? I'm not sure that would end well at all. You could lose everything you've been paid so far. In fact, you might be lucky to get out of your life. Surely your mother would not. You are aware of who you're dealing with, right? Mikhail, the cursed youngest son of the Bollinger family. Okay, interesting, the youngest son. I wonder if that person that sent him that painting was maybe one of his siblings. So he must have older siblings. Maybe one of his older siblings is a painter. I can't imagine who else sent him that painting, so I'm thinking it might be a sibling. Might have been a sibling. Okay. Who made a pact with the devil? I don't need a blade to take your life. You wouldn't even make it back to report anything. Have mercy, Lord Mikhail. Please do not leave the mansion. Please spare me. Damn, only joking. Ha ha ha. Very funny joke, guys. What? I don't have the power to kill by way of cars. The man probably doesn't believe you. The man fell silent, but the look on his face said, you are cursed though, aren't you? Once someone's got an idea planted in their head, it's nigh impossible to get rid of it. I am so cursed that anyone can see it. That I need to be locked away in a dark mansion. I am here because I had a question for you, not to warn you, not to warn you that I plan to run away. God, I can't fucking read anymore, man. Oh, dude. A question. For me? Yes. Approximately 3 weeks ago, a black-haired woman came to the mansion. Tell me what you know about her. I was told there would be an Abigail coming, but that's all. I don't know anything else about her. Oh. I swear, that's all I know. I haven't been told anything else. I believe you. I never thought they would tell you anything. Right. He had been hired to observe me, but that's all he was, a hired hand. He wouldn't speak privy to the Bollinger family's internal affairs. Take this. A letter? I needed to deliver it to my mother. You could have just left it in the box from this month's package and I would have collected it when I dropped off the next one. I am in urgent need of information. Will you do this for me? Yes, why yes, absolutely. I'll fetch the delivery boy tomorrow morning. Much appreciated. Good night. You too, do take care. Okay. Interesting. Why does he wants to know about her so badly? I guess it makes sense. He's living with her now, so it makes sense that he wants to know. Lord Mikhail. Yes. Is it true that you don't have... Would you like me to see your mouth shut so you can never open it again? That you don't have what? Is it true that you don't have...
No, not at all. My sincerest apologies, Lord Mikhail. That was horribly disrespectful. Good night.
Is it true that you don't have a heart? That you don't have... I don't know. I don't understand. Ah, cursed, I most certainly am.
What do you mean by that? Hello?
How are you cursed? How?
What do they mean by cars? What does any of this mean? I really want to know.
My mother's response arrived just 10 days later.
Okay, I think I'll end my episode here. I've been recording for long enough, I feel like. Wow. We have found out so much in this episode I now realized. I have recorded way too long, by the way. I can't wait to find out more.
What is the true story like?
It will be a tragedy like never seen before, everyone. I hope you look forward to it. I hope you do.
What kind of tragedy will unfold here?
So it's important for us to know right now, what kind of mistake did Giselle make? Why is Mikhail cursed? What is that curse right now? I don't quite understand, but maybe we'll know. Why does he hate his family so much? Also very fascinating. And then also, how did Giselle end up as the maid, cursed to serve every single master of this mansion for all eternity? How did the curse of this mansion start if there's no witch named Morgana? Who is Morgana then? Is it Mikhail? Is it not? It's not Giselle, right? I don't know. My god, I have so many questions. Okay, I really can't wait for the next episode, guys. I hope you guys can't wait either. I really need my questions to be answered. I'm so invested. I need to know. I need my questions answered. I'm so excited for the next episode, guys. I hope you guys are too. Please don't make me cry. Please don't make me cry. That's all I ask for, honestly. Give me a good story without making me cry. That is all I ask for, game, okay? I've had enough. Okay. Sorry for keeping you guys. I'll see you at the next episode, everyone. Good night. And I will actually sleep because I'm very tired right now. Anyway, good night, everyone. I'll see you next episode. Bye-bye.